twin.
Action!
I'm very excited about Ironheart. It's great to see Riri Williams level up.
That's the guy right there.
Williams. You in or out?
As a true Marvel fan, I'm very excited, locked in, laser focused. This is a real deep dive into who she is.
Oh, she just like me for real?
Such a great character. It was really exciting for me bringing that character into the MCU and Wakanda forever.
In Wakanda, she's a disruptor, and we love that about her.
Now we get to see this young woman from Chicago coming back home.
It's a brand new day.
You know we got that Cougar
Riri is back to the
cosign.
block with her family, looking for a new opportunity when she meets the hood
I got plans for you.
and ends up in uncharted territory.
Parker Robbins about to be
It's
8.
magic against technology.
I need to get rid of this.
Yeah.
These two incredible forces go head to head.
Don't worry, Ree. I got you.
He gonna be bending bullets like Wanted,
You've
bro.
bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot.
Shit, I can shoot more.
Dominique is that girl. We had chemistry off the bat.
This acting thing, she might as well put that in her back pocket. She got it.
You want me to be small, but I refuse.
Throw it up, throw it up. Watch it all fall
the
out.
fight training. You know, like get in there type fights.
Okay.
She's tough as
I
nails,
see.
man. I'll be like, you got one more? She's like, oh yeah, I can do 10 more of these things.
I love this,
The
man.
best way to know a thing is to take it apart, see what it's really made of.
Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all. With that suit, I can get everything I want.
I hope they make Parker Robbins
I need to start thinking outside the box.
literal and physical
This
demon.
has opened the doors. Absolutely anything could happen.
You got
Oh!
magic, incredible battles. We take it from the street to the Chicago skyline and everywhere in between. But at the end of the day, it's a story about family.
You know nothing about this man.
You know nothing about that.
End up dead or in jail.
This is so much bigger than that.
Oh, he got the Little Red Riding in the Hood with the akimbo pistol. Bruh. All right, what are we talking about, bro? I already know the show's not gonna get the chance it deserves because of those people. We just gotta ignore those people. Like, don't get me wrong. I know there's people out there that just don't float their boat. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you just don't feel the vibe of it, it's just cool. It's just not for you. As long as you're not out here spewing hate, nonsense. I don't think there's anything wrong with not enjoying the show because it just don't fit your vibe. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like Miss Marvel because it felt like a children's show, but I had someone say that this show felt like She-Hulk, and I wanted to slap them in the face because they just outed themselves. How the fuck does this look anything like She-Hulk? She-Hulk was a sitcom. This ain't no damn sitcom. That's how I know you just one of those. And listen, me personally, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I say it all the time. I'm always going to give something a chance. It's only until after I've seen something that I'm going to give it my full judgment. Like, don't get me wrong, you can judge a trailer, but you can't judge the show based off of a trailer. Been plenty of instances where the trailer for a project has been bad and the project has been good, and plenty of instances where the trailer has been good and the project has been bad. So you just always got to form your own opinion. Plus, on top of this, I've been hearing from my sources who actually got to learn some things about this show. Like, there's some stuff in this show that y'all ain't ready for. Like, you're not expecting it. And it's the whole aspect of magic versus technology that has me super intrigued because, listen, there's a lot of you out there that don't be reading books and shit, but this is going to be laying the groundwork and foundation, at least in my opinion, for what's going to happen in Avengers Doomsday Secret Wars with Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom. One of the big crossover events happening in Marvel Comics right now is One World Under Doom. Guess what this is a combination of? Well, Doom has always been a combination of like magic, technology, but here he is the Sorcerer Supreme now. Plus, might be some other demons lurking around. I may or may not have heard there might be some other demons lurking around. I'm just saying. It's the fact that they're introducing the whole magic versus tech aspect, but also showing Riri combining the two. She's embedding her suit and technology with the magic and sorcery itself. If you don't think that's tough, I don't think you're tough. I think you're soft. Charmin. Hold on, I'm gonna play her because there's something else here I want to talk about because I think we got our first look at Ezekiel Stain. All right, so we get a very brief little glimpse at this person who has lightning in their hands. I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest Marvel expert in the world. I have read a lot. I haven't read everything. There's still a lot I need to read. But one thing I can almost assure you is that right there is Zeke Stain because bada bing, bada boom. You feel me? If you don't know, I've said it multiple times, but Ezekiel Stain is Obadiah Stane's son. In the comics, he held a grudge against Tony Stark. Like, I'm gonna avenge my father. Avenge me. And in case you need reminding of who Obadiah Stane is, Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. That guy. So it looks like in this show, he's going to say, Riri Williams was able to build this in a cave. He ain't going to say that. That should not go ahead. It's not going to hit. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Outside of that, the hood looks incredible. I'm excited to see what Anthony Ramos brings to the role of Parker Robbins. I'm excited to see who he's working for. Who could he possibly be working for, He's got the cloak of the demon Asante on him. Could be some other demons he knows. All I do know is I've definitely heard some things, and trust me. Y'all gonna want to watch this, and it's only 2 weeks. It's only gonna be out for 2 weeks. First 3 episodes and the next 3 episodes. So we'll see. I'm excited for it. I know Ryan Coogler is an executive producer, so I don't know how much he was actually involved in the creative process itself, but they're marketing it like he had his hand in production some way, somehow. And if it's got Coogler's cosign, it's cool with me. Shit.
My stepdad We just say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart. Put it back together.
That Ryan Coogler.
Then you can see what it's really made of.
That's really symbolic
Take your dad's advice.
of this show and of
Break
Ironheart.
yourself down. See what you're made of.
Here goes nothing.
They're talking to all you idiots out there who aren't gonna give this show a chance because of, we know why.
If I'm gonna protect people, I gotta start thinking outside the box.
My dog Parker Rob looking tough.
Out of all the things you could have built,
Oh, we getting magic
that
versus.
big brain of yours. What? This.
Is she?
Because I have to.
Did she just?
Might be a hero in there after all.
Oh nah, she just embedded her suit with magic. Nah, bro, this show about to be. Their potential to be.
Riri, time to wake up.
Love.
What are you?
Your greatest creation yet.
Who the hell else would it be, bitch?
All right, so the first thing I want to point out is I love the fact that they're doing the boom, boom, which is just a nice homage to Iron Man. Again, they are not passing the mantle down of Iron Man to Ironheart. This is Ironheart. She is her own character. I get it's a little derivative that she's the same type of character, but she's not. She's different. She's Riri. And I really love that quote we start off with because it's basically like a nice metaphor for this entire show in general and Riri Williams and Ironheart. The best way to know Ironheart, Riri Williams, is to take it apart and then put it back together. That way you know what it's really made of. I like that. And you know it's got Ryan Coogler's stamp of approval on it, so now how involved he is in the creative process, I'm not entirely sure. But they keep marketing his name on here like he played a huge role in it, so we'll see. But something tells me this is going to be a surprise hit amidst the hate, because it's crazy, bro. Like if I go on Twitter, the big news reporting sites that report on this show, they always turn off their comments just because you know you're gonna get those dumbass bigots on there. They're gonna hate this show just to hate it, not even gonna give it a chance. Same thing happened with Agatha All Along, and guess what? That's one of the better shows that's come out of Marvel recently. And listen, I get it. You can be one of those people that just you don't like witches and shit. Maybe you're just tired of Iron Man. I don't know. Like that's a valid criticism. I'm talking about the others. As long as you have a valid reason to not like something, like sure, something's not going to work for everybody. That's just how the world works. Like I love coffee. Not everyone's going to love coffee. But me, I'm always a glass half full kind of guy, so I'm always going to give something a chance. And I'm glad I never wavered on this show because it's looking pretty decent for a Marvel Disney Plus show. But we'll see, because this was pre-overhaul. It might be the last remnants of those projects that were created with the pump them out type mentality instead of a focus on quality. But we'll see, because so far it's not looking too bad. The main reason I'm excited is because of Parker Robbins, the Hood, who's going to be played by Anthony Ramos, who's someone that I really like in the industry right now. Like, dog, y'all don't realize how tough Parker Robbins is, but you will. That man really just wears a cloak. He's Red Riding in the hood. You feel me? He packs them things too. He got them akimbo pistols. I might make a separate video breaking down who Parker Robbins is, his origin and all that, because it's not convoluted, but it's interesting because he steals the cloak of a demon unknowingly, and then he kind of stumbles upon these powers, and you'll see he's kind of a piece of shit. But just to give you like a brief little overview, I remember of his miniseries that came out in the early 2000s by Brian K. Vaughan. The basic marketing for this miniseries, which by the way is like 6 issues, what if Peter Parker was basically a piece of shit? And I always go back to this quote that Brian Michael Bendis said because of one of the newer creations like Sentry and Echo around the time. He was like, I want Parker Robbins to feel like Vito Corleone from The Godfather Part 2. And at times he works like a mob boss. He's been in the Cabal with Doom, Namor, Norman Osborn, all them folks. He also becomes a Ghost Rider at one point. He's just a really interesting character, and I'm really hoping that they do him justice because I'm really loving the fact that it seems like it's going to be a lot of mystical and magic versus tech. And every time I watch something about Ironheart, I always go back to that quote from the first Thor movie where Thor basically says, I come from a place where both science and magic are one. And it looks like we're going to see that actually come to fruition in this show, because it looks like Riri's going to be embedding her fucking suit with magic. It seems like they're going to be setting up the Strange Academy too, because we've got a couple of shots of Regan Alai, who's going to be playing Zelma Stanton, performing magic. This might be her introduction to the magic stuff. Probably the Hood is the one that introduces it all. It seems like they're definitely setting the stage to have the Strange Academy, and bro, Ned Leeds might legit be like the leader of that shit. The name that Alden Ehrenreich is playing, we all know he's playing Ezekiel Stane, who's Obadiah Stane's father. In case you don't know who Obadiah Stane is, he's the man who says Tony Stark was able to build us in a cave with a box of scraps. That's his son, and in the comics, he basically just grows up with revenge in his heart towards Tony Stark for what he did to his father. I'm assuming the same thing's gonna happen here, but his name is Joe McGillicuddy. Joe McGillicuddy. That's the fakest name I've ever heard in my life. What are you trying to be, an Irish R&B singer? But yeah, man, I'm not gonna say I need this more than air because I've been burned many times by the Marvel 6-episode Disney Plus format. I'm hoping and praying this one surprises me. But either way, let me know what you thought about that trailer down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more.